The company I'm working for is an agency which simply provides software service to external organizations, alongside with some kind of few internal projects. And so far I've been working on two projects, and today I want to talk about how what I've learned from these two projects as a junior developer. The first project is it's not like you have to coding from scratch. We simply have already like a big chunk of code base from previous projects, but this project I work on is kind of similar. Instead, just like add new elements, and but most of the time it's like try to figure out which element we need to add to this project, and then we looking through the previous code base and then find the elements we needed. Of course, be careful. You don't want to modify the previous code base from other projects. You simply want to add to know some new features, right? So that's the point. Just simply like what I learned. I'm so lucky. I was put on the full stack position. Kind of like. This project involves Angular as front-end framework and Java Spring Boot as backend. I was lucky enough to be able to work on both sides. I will talk a little bit more about why I think I'm lucky to do a full stack developer job. But today my focus is like as a kind of like a full stack developer for this project, and my daily job is kind of like try to implement new features and write code in front end and try to integrate with backend, so make sure these two sides work smoothly. And last but not the least, I learned I from this project I get more used to the Scrum workflow. For some beginners, including myself, like the Scrum workflow, it seems like has a life cycle, which guarantee the whole team can constantly deliver the functional products. And so I was like, so far I feel like, this workflow Scrum workflow benefits a lot to our project. And then now come to my second project, which is very different from the first one, because the second project is like it's an internal project and also experimental project, which means we kind of like have lots of freedom to explore the new technologies for this project. We are very small team, and we don't have a designer. We only have like a front-end developer, back-end developer, Scrum Master, DevOps, tester, PO, yes. And I'm the only junior developer. And I still remember like the first couple of weeks we were kind of like a little bit chaotic. What I mean is like because we don't have designer, and we try to do the designing job as well as a developer. So we come up with lots of like ideas or even fancy design, whatever, and then a little bit arguments, so kind of mess. But eventually we like we didn't give up. Sometimes complain a little bit, but we still focus on the project. We try to deliver the product, right? So after a couple of weeks and lots of meetings with PO and some discuss meetings, and then we eventually start our first sprint. Because this project we already have a very kind of very experienced backend engineering, so I was put on front end part. And the other front end developer, he's very nice. He helped me a lot, and he like challenging me to provide some no solutions, like options, like what kind of technology I think it best fits our project. So, and then I said, yeah, because the whole team decided to use React as a front end part. So I said, yeah, there's a create React app, this library, which is also created by Facebook. So I said, yeah, it's very simple. We just type this command and boom, everything is done with us. We don't have to configure our webpack, Babel, whatever, and then we just simply create the folders, components, and then containers, and and also we need a Redux. So we just a simple use create a Redux to connect React with Redux. So and also we this time, because we really don't have we have a time limit. We don't want to spend a lot of time on studying ourselves, so we leverage Bootstrap. And I said, yeah, and then he asked me how do you use Bootstrap. I said, yeah, very simple. You just just add this Bootstrap a script in the HTML file, and then boom, and then you just grab for instance you want to create a button, and then you give a class name BTN whatever, and then he asked me, okay, but do we need all of the elements for Bootstrap? And I said, no. And I said, so and then he asked me, then why do you load all the whole Bootstrap for our project? It's it hurts performance, everything. And I said, but and I was try to argue back. I said, but everybody does like this. And really, before that, I never thought about, okay, we can import some specific elements for our own usage instead of the whole Bootstrap. Yeah, actually it's a too big lesson about create a React app. It's something it's kind of I don't know other people, but for me it's when I start learning some new framework, and then I always take it for granted and never try to dive into the mechanism and at what situation should we use this tool, instead of just implement it and have just have everything work. It seems enough, but really it's not enough. And I really appreciate that from engineering. He told me a lot. He gave me lots of advices. Although at the beginning I wasn't that happy. I feel I was doubted. By other people about my capabilities. So it's kind of imposter syndrome, I think. Maybe sometimes I feel I try to defend myself. I think I can. That's the case. And why don't you believe me? Something like this. But most of the time, the people argue with you is not because they don't believe you. It's just because they want to give better solutions. They want to help you. Yes, that's what I learned deeply. So that's for today's video.